Hey guys, my name is Ryan, and we're back again with another Spirit Island video. I'm dressed up as the Grinch today in order to celebrate Christmas. I've got my dog Max here, who will be doing a great job playing the role of Max. We got Santa Claus being played by Mentor Shifting Memory of Ages, and then we of course have our Christmas tree being played by Towering Roots of the Jungle. So we're going to be playing a nice little game today, a little thematic, going up against Scotland 6. But first, I think my wife is trying to give Max a treat, so we're going to let him run. All right, Scotland 6, let's get it. Okay. All right, let's bring this board down. We got board D, which is always very exciting when you're going up against Scotland. You never know what's about to happen. I think... And we will get right to it. We're going to be opening up with a Wetlands Explore. This is the best possible turn 1 Explore. Oh, I should probably put the Incarna out there. Best possible turn 1 Explore because it means that we can't get the early loss condition. That is really important. That, you know, basically the most dangerous one is if you get the turn 2 Wetlands, because then that immediately sets you up for the LC. Now, because this is multiplayer, not solo, then, you know, we're insulated, right? Because of the nature of board E having 0 wetlands. But even if this had 1 wetlands on it, that could just be a turn 3 loss, right? Like the third build action. Second build action? Happening on turn... I guess it would be turn 2. Anyways, taking a look at this spirit pair, it's kind of a funny one, because Memory is going to give tons of cards to their teammate, but Towering Roots of the Jungle is one of those spirits that does not struggle to get cards, since both of our non-reclaim options give us a card growth option. That means that we're going to have way too many cards that we know what to deal with over here. This will really allow Roots to pop off, and they should have a pretty fun game. But let us get right to it. Thinking about the kind of opening that we want to go for. Over here for D1, it certainly would make sense to get it defended either with Shifting Memories, Innate Defense, though that could also be used here in D8 and D4 very effectively. Alternatively, Roots does have some defense as well in the form of Entwine the Fates of All. Just needs to add 1 presence to that land for it to be effectively defended. That's probably the route that we're going to go with, simply because it's just easier to do. As far as turn 1 goes, we could do something like a Blooming of the Rocks and Trees. We're already in range, since any powers originating from our Incarna get +1 range. We could drop that Vitality right here in land number 3. Okay, a little way to protect that. And of course, we're going to be able to draft plenty of other things as well. Yeah, so we're just going to start off with our G3 for the extra energy. I suspect that we're going to be struggling with energy on Roots this game just because we're going to have so many cards. We're going to be able to freely pick up majors, and then we're just not going to have the energy in order to support them unless if we gain a lot of energy here. So we will gain a card. This is going to wind up going to the left, but every time that I switch spirits, the camera like jumps, and that can be quite jarring. Oh, snap, that's coded in. All right. Well, this is for Roots, so I'm just going to quickly just pull 2 more cards, and then I guess we'll be a little bit more pedantic with our card gains. Elemental Boon is a very exciting one, though Memory is not one of those spirits that typically struggles with elements. Our elemental costs are very, very low. The only thing that we need elements for is any major powers that we draft, and of course we have our elemental marker system. It is Roots that's going to be the one that would wish to receive that elemental boon. Now, for a card that does give good elements, Renewing Boon gives us great elements, right? We use all of them. Sun and Plant are the ones that we use for all of our innates. And then, you know, our left one uses Earth and our right one uses Moon. So this will tee up our left innate. However, the card itself isn't that strong. Now, if you look over here, this has everything except for the sun. Now, the type of card is not insane, but then again, you know, reducing reclaims could also be kind of cool. I'm going to go with this Gift of Power over here. And let's see. I think we do this. Going bottom. And we can add a presence right here for that future defense. Now, for memory, it's kind of cool. I didn't realize that it was added that we'd be able to, when we gain a card, we'll just gain 2 instead of 4. That's really nice. And so, yeah, we'll just do that. I really like to just hit this gain cards button as much as I possibly can on this spirit. Thinking about the fact that I'm probably going to receive this Gift of Power this turn, I am considering just picking up a major. And then we can just give a good major over. But I think we'll just start with a minor, just because our starting hand is pretty weak. So we get both of these. You right-click one, you left-click the other. Shore Seas with Hatred seems like the kind of card that's going to be really strong against Scotland, because it just gives you a lot of coastal strength, and that's nice. You know, the Wilds prevents a whole town from popping up, and then the Badlands just kind of helps you with everything. I'm thinking I might do a Share Secrets to prevent these from dying, and then to defend 3 over here. That's my opening consideration. I could also do a Twilight Fog. Yeah, maybe we do a Twilight Fog. And we can gather Dahan and like strife this, gather Dahan, and then defend this. Going out here. All right, we have one action in the fast phase, so we want to be using our mentor ability every single turn. Even if we don't have a air in play, it's worth it to spend an air in order to do this, because we gain, every time that we give a card out, we gain 2 elements. So spending 1 element to gain 2 elements is going to be worthwhile. We are definitely going to be giving over... Boon of Ancient Memories isn't a bad one. Boon of Ancient Memories and Shore Seethes are both very cool ones. I think we're going to do Shore Seethes, so we'll push this over, and then we gain an element of our choice and an element that matches one of these. So we will go... Let's go with like a plant, and we're just going to spread out our choices a little bit. Let's go for a fire. Okay, we skip the first event of the game. Life's Balance tilts. Just fine by me. We're going to build the wetlands and explore the sands. Okay. Twilight Fog. We can drop a strife here. Blooming of the Rocks and Trees. We can add a Vitality right here. Gift of Power can come on over. So then we will gain a minor for memory. Let's see. We can gather and explore, and we can remove a town or an explorer from this land. So we're going to gather this guy in, and then remove him, and that will also produce a fear. Okay. Alright, so now for turn 2, shifting memory, we know we want to play Share Secrets. We, to bring Dahan into land number 4, and we're going to use our defense. To use our defense, we could just spend an element, or we can play any card with an earth on it. Boon of Ancient Memory seems like a sensible one. As far as Towering Roots goes, we're going to want to play this Entwine the Fates of All. But then our other card is going to be up for grabs. We could do, if we did a Shore Seeds, we could do this and then pick up the Sun. And that would once again give us the ability to gather and explore and remove and explore. So if like mountains or sands comes up, we'd be able to pick up those. Or I guess just jungles, we could just remove the explorer as well. So anything besides wetlands, we'd be able to do. And even if it is wetlands, it's not going to be like great, but like we still get to pull the explorer out. But there's a 3 out of 4 chance that it's going to be a nice pull. So I think we'll do this. Playing the Spirit. Let us gain a minor. Like Calls to Like is a pretty slick card. I'm always a big fan of this one. Especially against Scotland. And especially when we're able to just add Vitality. It just seems like an amazing setup. Now, I am also considering to sap the Strength of Multitudes because it's Saul's land number 7. And I think that's a good enough reason just to take sap here. Gaining the energy. Go here. We already drew our 2... Did we draw our 2 cards? I don't think we did. Because this was from the Gift of Power. Now, this Call to Migrate I think is pretty terrible. So I'm just going to gain a major and then forget this Call to Migrate. Okay, got a few interesting ones. Bloodrack Plague and Draw Towards a Consuming Void. Don't know how that's going to play out, but, you know, be kind of a cool thing to do. And let's see. Did we add our presence to the... No, we did not. Okay, so we're going to go Sacred Site here, so it's a defend 4, play around the +1 damage. Then over here, we are going to... Go here. Okay, Fast Phase, Share Secrets. We'll go 1. Just 1. And then we'll defend this land for 3. Over here we have Entwine the Fates of All. That'll create a defend 4 in land number 1. And then we of course have our gift. You can also gift from your discard pile, which is really nice to keep your hand full here. And so since none of these cards seem like they're going to be particularly amazing for roots, we're just going to give the Twilight Fog over. And then that will allow me to prepare 2 element markers. Let's go for a sun. And let's go for a animal for our 1 of anything. Animal being able to help us with this Bloodrack Plague. That could be a direction we choose to go in. Alright, Invader Phase. First real event. We get Fortification. Okay. Beast damage. That's a very relevant explorer to kill. And I'd like to keep that beast around, so we're just going to damage the town. We're not going to kill it. And then we get a free Dahan and a mountain or sands. We'll go here, since that's about to be a 6 damager. Alright, Ravage in the Wetlands. Scotland 6. Build in the Sands. And explore the jungles. And before the explore, we have 4 buildings over here, so it's going to be an escalation on E, which will go here and here. After advancing cards, we need to build in either the wetlands or the mountains. Mountain certainly makes sense here, so let's do that. All right, Boon of Ancient Memories. And Shore Seas with Hatred. We're going to do a Fear and remove this Explorer. We get an Explorer Gather, which we can use to target land number 4 to bring this guy out of land number 3. And that land number 3 should have been a town. So we can't do that. Okay, instead we will gather like so. Shore Seas with Hatred. We're not in range to target any of this stuff yet, so we'll go here. That produces a Fear. There's also going to be a Dahan Gather, but I'm not gonna. Okay, and then last we have our Boon of Ancient Memories. And we're going to gain a major. Ooh, Rapid Wings of Sunlight. That could be a way to deal with land number 1, since that is a big problem that we're staring down. Yeah, we can send some Dahan over, allow that to full clear, and then we can start having these guys work together for a solution. I think on my next turn I might jump my Incarna over, so that way I can create a Vitality token there. Yeah, so we'll go Wrap, and I want the energy, so we're going to just forget a card. Probably just this Twilight Fog. There's no reason to pay energy when we're going to have way too many cards this game. And then time passes. Okay. Go up to 4 energy and play 3 cards, so I could also play like a Boon of Resilient Power. That doesn't really get me anywhere, so I think we're just going to go for energy this turn. Double our energy income. That'll be very important for the long run. So we're going to add a presence and then destroy our presence in order to move our Incarna. So this is actually a really good turn for us to not use any of our innates, because this right innate, you need to have a Sacred Site, and it has to target the Incarna. So, and it's a range 0, right? So you have to have the Incarna plus another presence for this to be useful. So this is a great turn for us to be completely off element. Over here, so we know that this is going to be defended. Okay, that's going to be defended. So now we want to take our time to think about what we're going to do with these jungles. Certainly the E3 is the land that matters. E7, we can choose to forget about if we need. Yeah, none of these cards really deal with it. I mean, Draw Towards a Consuming Void does, but we don't have that kind of energy. We could work ourselves towards that kind of energy, but we'll only be able to, like, I mean, we could do, like, just gain 9, play Draw Towards a Consuming Void. That'll draw in Town City. Town City Explorer. That'll solve both of these. It'll kill off all my Dahan. Not sure I really want to do that. Maybe after we use Rapid Wings of Sunlight a few times to get all the Dahan on the coast, then doing a Void like back here on the 6 and soaking up all of this could be a cool play, but that's a long ways out. We're just going to gain a minor. Call to Trade and Entrap. What do we want to play this turn? Honestly, this might be a good turn, just because it's kind of quiet this turn, to just study the Invader's Fears. Give us a little bit of fear generation. See if we can, maximize our plays with a future card. I'm really not sure what other great plays there are here. There's no Blight sitting in any of the jungles. If it's mountains, we can push an explorer out of the 5, but that doesn't make a difference. We can get 2 fear just for targeting the 4. Might not be a bad card just to throw out there just for random value. Also, it costs 0. Okay, Study Invaders Fear 2 fear. And then we see we get a too many monsters coming up. That's a really big one. That's a really big one to know about. And if we can hit it, because of Scotland 6, we're going to get value here. And then this already has a town there. So that's a really nice one to have coming up. One of the strongest Terror Level 1 fear cards. It's just really hard to reliably hit. We do get to give a card over. We could give this Call to Trade over. I'm thinking we're just going to give this Boon of Ancient Memories over, because it has plenty of nice elements. So once again, we get to prepare 2 markers. What element am I missing? I don't have a water. And yeah, that has a water on it, so this can be anything we want. We do have a need for animal, so we can go for a Blood Rack, but this disease is about to be consumed. So maybe that's not the best one. But, you know, Blood Rack with Threshold will kill a city, defend 2. It's fine. We're just going to go for Earth for now. Or no, let's go for Air. Let's make it Air. Because, yeah, being able to do a spur type of thing can make this very, very effective. Then over here we got 2 defend 5s. So we're going to bring this Dahan over, and that'll be a defend 5. And then over here we'll do a defend 5 with sap. Event. Stage 2. Okay, we're going to be taking some free towns on the board. Beast damage comes in. And then add a Dahan to a land with 2 or more Dahan. That's going to be a great spot for it right there. Great spot right here. Okay, and then 1 fear card. Remove an explorer from a coastal land. It's Scotland. That's a good joke. Alright, Ravage. Scotland 6. This has no adjacent towns. Build in the jungles. Okay, that's 3 coastal jungles. After the Ravage step, I believe these are simultaneous timings. So we can choose to resolve Scotland 6 first, and then the invested aristocracy second, such that this will actually go here, but it doesn't trigger the adjacency. Highest number with no invaders. And yeah, if we did Scotland 6 first, then that would pop up, and our highest number with no invaders would go here. All the way down to land number 1. Okay, I did the jungles, exploring the wetlands, 4 versus 6. Okay, we need to add towns to lands with the fewest towns. So we got 1 in every single land. What's our plan here? I think we're just going to give up the 7. So let's do this. And let's go here. All right, Wheat for what is lost. Be 2 fear. And we'll push this town in. So now we know we're going to get some removal of a town here. That's nice. And then we got nothing else. So if this build happens, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coastal cities. Of course, there will be a Ravage here in E first, so that'll bring us down to 4, so we will survive the turn, but it'll be by way too thin of a margin to make me happy. definitely need to start thinking about making cool plays. And in fact, maybe Bloodrack Plague, just doing damage over here, could be the move. Bloodrack Plague is one of those cards that gets better the more you play it. Right, because we do it here. There's going to get 2 disease. And then we do it again, in a turn or 2. And that's going to go up to 4. Deal 4 damage to an adjacent land, defend 4. It's going to get better and better and better. Going into that coastal turn, it's going to get good. The stage 3, it's really good. We can definitely we can play around this Bloodrack. We'll just need to get a presence into land number 5 in order to make that happen. Okay. Okay. We're going to start over here. We're going to do the growth, adding a vitality. Let's gain a card before we decide if we want to play... Because any minor, we can play 3 cards with any minor. And neither of these have earth, so picking up that earth is going to be very high value. Right? We go here, here. If we pick up any plant... and this earth, then we get to gather, explore, and town, and remove 2 invaders. So yeah, we're going to draft a minor looking for any plant card. Okay, cool. Well now. Can't all be winners. Probably going to be Spur. Spur has a really nice top end of power. Huh. We'll sit on this for a second. Let's take a look at what we're doing over here with memory. Call to trade might be just the cleanest way to deal with this over here. Just allowing it to build. But if we allow it to build, then we are not killing that city. Then we have to play a Bloodrack Plague in order to deny that city. So if we do this for our turn. Another option is to call to trade, like the 4, gathering this town out, and then innate defend 3 over here to kill off the city, and then we can still do this, so that'll give us a slightly more of a cushion. It's another direction we could go. We could go 2 energy plus 3 to go up to 8 energy and play draw towards a consuming void. Could be playable. Would kill off a bunch of Dahan. I guess it only gathers 1 out of each of these lands, so it still leaves 2 behind in each. Yeah, similarly here it would gather 1, 2, 3, but then it would just do an absurd amount of damage. Only problem with that is then we can't play this call to trade. I guess we could spur into call to trade. Right, because that gives you an energy and then lets you play an extra card. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go for 2 energy. Plus this, going up to 8, playing here. Going here. Oh, did we take the earth? No, we just take this. Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. We're going to spur, so that's going to gain energy and then allow us to play another card. So then we do the call to trade. And then we spend an earth. Okay, to basically gain an Earth for the action to do our defend 3. Come over here, defend 3. Call to trade. We'll pull you out here. We can gift a card over. So let's gift over this Weep for what is lost to gain... Oh, I also gain 1 for free for the turn. So we get 3 total. And I'm going to put a couple of them into Animal. And then let's put you into Earth. Yes. Okay. So, okay, we got one more action. Radiant Hollow Grave, so 2 fear, and then we get to remove an explorer from an adjacent land. Invader Phase, event. 2 towns become 2 cities. Oh. That neutralizes this. Gross. Okay. Go here. Beast push. I'm going to push up 2, and I'm going to do 0. Invader's Rage. Dahan defend. Okay. Then over here, we got a beast removal. Okay, Ravage the Jungles. Scotland 6. Build the Wetlands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jungle Wetlands. Oh my golly, is that the board D special or what? Alright, let's get serious. Let's get serious. Okay. We're going to draw towards a Consuming Void, targeting the 5. So from each adjacent land, we're going to gather Explorer, Town, City, Dahan, Beast, Presence. Okay? Here. That's a little smallest. Pull you to the front. Here. Explorer. Town. City. Explorer. Town. City. Dahan. Okay. We get 4 fear. We get 5 damage to Dahan. Kill you 2. We get to destroy beasts, which there are none. Destroy a presence. That's fine. But then we get to do 15 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we do have another card in play, so we cannot threshold it. Over here, target spirit just gets to add a destroyed presence back to the board. Not a very crazy effect, but a very good one. What did I do with my presence this turn? I don't know, but I need a sacred site, so we'll go here. Gain a major power. Okay, yep, so we gain a major. Ooh, Walls of Rock and Thorn is really nice, but this Vigor of the Breaking Dawn looks really well set up right here. We already get the free sun. We have a matching element major. Yeah, it's going to be a Vigor, and we can choose to forget anything that we like. Probably just going to get rid of this Boon of Ancient Memories because it's the same thing as Gift of Power, but it costs energy. We can gather a Dahan, and we can remove a town. So remove a town, produce a fear. Let's see. Okay, we're going to go here with the Dahan. So that way the Vigor will kill everything. Alright, time passes. Yeah, we can send Dahan here to kill you, make a pocket, kill a city. Oh no, we can't kill a city because of the Incarna. Okay. Yeah, we can send 2 Dahan up, and then we can do a defend 5, maybe like over here. So yeah, we're going to Vigor. We want to... Oh, but we don't have energy in order to do Vigor at all. Where did this guy come from? Is that a presence I never placed? Alright, we'll just destroy him. So I guess we are required to go for the +1 energy and gain a miner. We might have been a little bit too ambitious. Okay, we'll gain a plant. What's my range on this growth? I think it's 3. Yeah, 3 presence range. Yep. So we can come all the way up to this board. And for memory, what are we going to do? We could just make these Dahan not die. Defend this land. This land number 3 is a real kick in the teeth. And the real tough thing is that it's the triple back-to-back, right? Because we know that the coast is the next one. So we really do want to get ahead of this. Surely we go for the Bloodrack Plague here. We could reclaim... Yeah, well, no, I was going to say reclaim Call to Trade plus Bloodrack Plague, but we don't have the energy for that. But we could reclaim, do Share Secrets plus Bloodrack. Bloodrack could, like, target here, defend 2, defend 2, defend 3, kill a town here. That'll protect both of these lands. Still leave land number 3 to the chipper. Hopefully this helps. It won't help enough, but hopefully it helps. We'll reclaim, adding a presence here, gaining 4 energy, gaining an element, going Bloodrack. We can go Share Secrets. Yeah, and we'll spend... If we spend 3 animal elements, then we will Threshold here. So we'll turn you into an animal. I guess the other option is I could do a Elemental Teachings to threshold that Vigor, which also just requires an animal. Because I guess, what are we doing with this Share Secrets? We're just playing it for elements, right? And if we did that, then our elements are just fine, just the same. And that was in my hand previously, so I didn't even have to reclaim here, right? Like, all of this was in my discard pile, and 1, 2, 3 was my hand. That's just better. It's just a better version of the same thing. So instead of making a Sacred Site, I can come out, I don't know, to here or something. And yeah, we'll just gain miners. Just keep gaining miners. Okay, Elemental Teachings. We can prepare, let's call it an animal. To give an animal... See, if we grew like this, and then we gave him a plant right now, what does that get him? An explore removal? We'd have to do animal, plant, plant in order to make it better. So that would be animal, plant, and maybe the one I prepared was actually a plant. So if I do that, gains those, okay. Floodrack Plague, spending 3 elements in order to threshold it. Take 2 fear, adding 2 disease. Defend 2, defend 2. Kill that town. And then we have an innate defend 3 to turn this into a defend 5. And then we have mentor to give some stuff over. We'll give over study the invader's fears. So we will get a new animal element. And study invader's fears has animal on it. Yeah, we'll go for another animal. Over here, strong and constant currents. Doesn't really give me much to work with. I guess I can do this. Vigor will go boom, boom, boom. Moving up a single Dahan to kill that. That little pocket is nice. It'll be a couple turns, but this could eventually pay off. Invader phase, event. 1 fear per power card in play that generates fear. 1. 1 damage to land with Badlands or Beast. Cool, that's a town kill. Wait, but things can't die here, right? Can't be damaged or destroyed. Yep, so let's do that. We have 5 or more Dahan. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, so we're good on Dahan for both. Defend 3 in all coastal lands. Ayy. Alright, we're only 5 short. Alright, add a strife in a land not matching a Ravage card. Okay, we can just add a, No, we have to reclaim, huh? Yeah, we'll do that, and then we can defend the land for 4 with our, other innates. Explore town for land not matching a build card. So not a jungle or wetlands. On a mountains or sands, we get to push an explorer or town. Well, not a lot of value on this board. And over here, the sands are empty. That's, you can't push the city. So it's this massive stack where we really want things to go into. Not much to be done there. So that's about all I can do. Alright, Ravage the Wetlands. Okay, we're going to go Blight, Blight. Scotland 6. Build the Jungle Wetlands. And explore the coast. Okay, only on 3 coastal cities. Alright, we get to explore Dahan, Explorer, and Town. Maybe for Explorer Town reasons, I should just do this guy. Maybe if we do this instead, we just go Explorer Town. Maybe I even gather a Dahan in for future value from Vigor. Yeah. Alright, time passes. This one land right here, this D3 is killing me. Everywhere else we're doing pretty much just fine. But that D3 is really just kicking me in the teeth. We can give up a blight here, that's fine. This one we got defended, that's fine. This one we got defended, that's fine. These two are a little tricky. This one we can probably take care of, right? So let's say we threshold this again. Gonna defend 3. And then we can kill off either city here or city here. Probably kill off this city. So that way we don't get a cascade. We definitely need to set up another Vigor. That is pretty clear to me. But this turn, all we can really do is reclaim here. Gain just a little bit of energy. And then we got to keep it cheap. So we can go for like an Entwine and a Sap. The Entwine defending 4 here. The Sap defending 5 here. On this side, I'm thinking we might gain energy, play Bloodrack Plague. I'm looking at Teeming Rivers. Let's see. Yeah, we're 100% playing Bloodrack Plague. And we can hit this reclaim once, so we don't need to do a normal reclaim. So I'm thinking go gain 2 energy. Go here. Go here. Here. We gain an element for the turn, which we can turn into an animal. So this will threshold, no problem. And we could do like an Entrap the Forces of Corruption. Entrap this land. So that way well, yeah, because right now it's going to add 3 blight. But we also right now, well, actually I could go like there. If we do this, then we only have to spend 2 elements to threshold this Bloodrack Plague. Yeah, I think that's the best. Okay. So we'll spend 2 of these animal elements for this. 2 fear. 2 disease. Okay, we will kill you. And then go defend 3. Cloning that here and here. Oops, that'll go here. And then that'll isolate it. No cascade. We'll drop a defend 2 right here. It's pushing it up to 5 using our left innate. Over here, we've got ourselves a defend 4, defend 5. And then we can spend an air to give out a card and gain 2 elements. We will give out probably share secrets. Set up some Dahan movement right before we do the vigor. Next turn we're going to be on 5, 6. So yeah, we could do vigor plus wrap plus. I'm actually looking at strong constant currents. We got choices. Strong constant currents to get some Dahan from here to here. Yeah, maybe not share secrets. Teeming Rivers just because it's a 2 element. I'll give something from the discard. It's not going to be enough damage on this next turn. That requires way too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Dahan. We can get 2 in there. Maybe another 2. That's not going to cut it. We'll give this call to trade. So we'll do a animal and an earth. Event. Place an explorer with a town on an inland land. Okay. And let's go here. Strife and disease. Skip ravage actions. Let's go. That's really big right there. Okay. Ooh, that's actually really nice here too, because now we've got the strife for future use as well. Push an explorer town from a land with Dahan. That's all gonna die. That's a fine push, but not amazing. Guess that's fine. I guess these are gonna die, so we can just do this. One damage to Fen 3 in land with Dahan. I don't think we have any slow damage, so we're just going to kill off like an Explorer here, Explorer here. Okay, Jungle Wetlands Ravage. You're skipped. You're going to come last because you're going to blight me out. You're skipped. You're good. Gonna blight here, which adds to the coast, because Isolate does not prevent the land from being coastal. Ooh, 3 build actions. Okay, 1. That's gonna blight, so let's just get that out of the way. 3. Maintaining a pocket. We can go 1, 2, 3. Scotland 6. And Exploring the Sands. Lost the 50-50. Also, when I went to go build the coasts, I should have built the coast in general, so that would have been here, here, here. It's 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sand. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Way more than 5. So we'll Scotland. We got to go here and here. That's required because they have no towns. Excellent. Slowfish. Gather Dahan here. Doesn't do anything. Gatherer Dahan. Could do this. That doesn't do too much. The fear remove a town is pretty automatic. There's really no thinking with that one. But then explore, or gathering a Dahan and an explorer. The explorer, I guess we could gather this explorer out, so we could like target this way, 2 range. And then we could just do that. That seems pretty decent value. Okay, over here we'll go gain an energy. Looking at this, maybe combine that with, could do something like this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Dahan required. Could go defend 5. So now if we drop a defend 5, 1, 2, 3, only 5 Dahan are required in order to deal with it completely. So we could put a share secrets here, bring these 2 Dahan in, defend this land. Did I give myself energy? I think I did. And I can't because I need to do this, which means I can't play both of these. Because I need to drop the vitality here. Okay, minus energy. Give me a vitality. Adding a presence. Probably out here. Or is that a range 1? Yes. So we'll go here into the city. Or here into the big land. Thinking all over again. Okay. We could do like a strong constant with a vital. That. I think. That's a real kick in the mouth. As far as memory is concerned, what are we going to be doing here? So we got like an innate defense, right? We got like a defend 4. We could pick up these 2 lands. We got E2 is going to be a big old problem. Strong Constant Currents also just kicks this town out. And we can also... We can kick the town out and move Dahan. Kick the town out. Okay, there. Bring in 4. Dahan, kill that. Leaving that behind. Something. That'd be like Confounding Mist plus Share Secrets. Right, so if I did this using my Reclaim 1, spend an Earth element to get my Defend 3, could like Defend 4, Defend 3, kick you out, Share Secrets right here, bring you in. Yeah, I don't mind that. Let's go for a minor. Blight removal might be the kind of thing that we need. We have way too many elements. We're definitely going to be looking to pick up more card plays. Get a little more action on the board. So we'll go here. We get to gain an any, which I'll become a sun. Looking at the elements that we have here, right, we can also spend an air, so the card that we give can also be immediately played. So now, with that and Spur right here, we have the potential for things to get absolutely gangbusters weird. And I'm here for it. Only thing that we're missing is a way to gain energy. So if we do this, this, and this... All right, we get 4 Dahan into this land. We go... Oh, sap is here. Drat. I was about to say we could just sap it. So this will kill all of this, and then bring 2 Dahan up, and then kill the ones in land number 4. The 2 that are left behind can be protected by share secrets. No, they will... maybe. I could. Yeah, spend an air, gain 2 air. We also could... Let's see. Give and play one of these. Just for various value. Probably give and play this. At which point we don't need to play you. We could play... maybe one of these. Just to fill up here, and then we can go for another major. That's looking a lot happier with our elements. Yeah, let's do that. So to do this, we're going to spend an air element. That extra air will hit the second tier of this innate. So when we pass this over, you can pay its cost, which we already did. To play it, that'll give 2 elements over here. We're going to go air, air. Okay, let's go defend 4, defend 3. Share secrets. Boom. Boom. Strong and constant currents. Didn't even consider I needed that water from the Gift of Power. So we'll go push. Okay, to any other coastal land so they can teleport. Okay, Vigor. 1, 2, 5, 8. Come up and up. Clearing the next land, preventing the next build. Okay, that'll clean solve the 2 inlands. This one will be largely solved, so that'll leave just 1 land to worry about, which is perfectly fine by me. We can entrap the forces of corruption. So we can go here, gather a blight, ISO this land. Event. Ooh. I don't want to reduce my defense by 4, so we're just going to give things the extra HP. Which does kind of suck here. That'll put me at 1, 2, 3, 4 coastal city lands. But it's what we got to do. Okay, beast and city right here. So we get a fear, lose a beast. And both boards have plenty of Dahan. Defend 2 in all lands. Makes no difference over here. Go blight, blight. Consume you. You die. One of you dies. You just take a damage. Blight, flip, and blight. Get the upgrades. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Since that's going to be upgrading or building anyways. That's 1. Sorry. Let's go over here. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strife comes off. Okay, no Scotland 6. Build in the sands. and explore the mountain wetlands. Golly, wetlands, please stop. Golly. So that's the jungle wetlands and the mountain wetlands. This is only one wetlands card left in the deck. The wetland sands. Man, we really got the board D special this time. Alright, Gift of Power. Comes over here to gain a minor. Some blight removal. We're going to need that. Then let's see. Explore town and Dahan. And then we get to remove 2 towns. Just do this. Golly, we definitely need to consume some more all-consuming void. Yeah, we really need to play that card. I'm really happy with this Gift of Living Energy, by the way, in order to boost up. We've been having energy issues all game over here. So this turn, at least, it's a pretty easy one for us to deal with. Let's see, if we go up to... We're going to draw towards a Consuming Void. Thinking maybe we go for like... Well, if we reclaim... Go up to the 5 energy, goes at 9, go draw towards a Consuming Void and Confounding Mists in order to defend this. Over here, we want to play the Sap the Strength of Multitudes up here. We could also wrap in Wings of Sunlight that land. That's also a defend 5. And that does not require us to reclaim. Definitely one of those things I'd like to avoid in the short term. We could also just skip this one and just do a Call to Trade. Because then maybe we go for, you know, like some other type of, maybe go for like energy or something. Go for like draw, Gift of Living Energy, maybe do a little bit of blight removal. We could also do just draw towards a Consuming Void and then play it twice because we got 1 major. We could unique, major, tons of minors. I could gain another major right now, and then we could repeat it twice. Ooh, now that seems like a spicy banana. Okay, let's gain a major. Boom, boom. We will forget you. Reclaim 1 play. I'm not going to play any extra cards this turn, so we're just going to take the extra energy. Element for the turn. Become a plant. Put this presence somewhere else, so that way you only have to lose 2 of our own presence, not 3. So if I target this land, the idea is I target this land, that'll take, and if we play it repeatedly, yeah, that'll largely empty out this whole board, making it a 1-board game. I think that's the direction I want to go with. That means that over here, we want to do a Call to Trade and a wrap in Wings of Sunlight. We can throw a few other cards out there just for funsies. Might as well. We could do like a Shore Seethes. Blooming Rock and Thorn actually seems like a pretty solid one. This gives us no moons, though. Boon of Resilient Power seems like good little moons card. That'd be 4 cards. But if we went for 3 cards in the extra plant and we just didn't do this, those 2 are obligatory, so we're not going to be able to hit the double moon. I think I'll just have the higher card plays. Is fine by me. Gain an energy. Let us gain... minor. Absorb Corruption is a card. Not a great one, but it is a card. Do have to start considering Blight removal. I kind of got a little bit lazy with my blighting action. None of the rest of these are particularly exciting. We'll just summon this Absorb Corruption. Maybe never play it. I'm going to lose all my presence on this board, so I'm actually going to add one more to preserve a presence on the board. We can spend a marker just to gain some stuff. So we spend an air. We'll give Voracious Growth over. That'll gain me 2 elements. So we can go for like a plant because of the matching requirement. Maybe we go for... I mean, we got 2 of the worst mages in the game, so that's... Oh man, this is definitely an uphill battle. This is a no-luck game. You can tell that there was no luck involved in the process of making this episode. All skill, baby. Call to trade. Token here, gather a Dahan. As we gather a town this way. Rapid Wings of Sunlight. We can jump like this for a defend 5. Event. Adding a blight to a land with 2 blight. Rip presence. Add a disease, and disease does not prevent builds this turn. I do like adding the disease into these coastal lands just to help protect us against any future cities. Though you could make the argument that this is good for the purposes of Bloodrack Plague. Yeah, I'll do that for Bloodrack Plague, especially because these other coastal lands should be just fine after we do some activity here. Dahan outnumber buildings. 1. Cool. 1 fear card. Strife a town or strife a blight. Could strife cities here. This will be just fine. This land is also something worth strifing. So I think we're going to go strife. Maybe this is better. Okay, Ravage. That'll build instead. This will clear. Scotland 6. Mountain Wetlands. Disease does not prevent builds this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exploring the Sands Mountains. Okay. Got the mountains back to back now. Alright, heading into the slow phase. Let's do Draw Towards a Consuming Void. I think we're going to do it 3 times. So we're going to go 1 at a time. Okay, gathering everything in. All into E5. So... Okay. Boom. Boom. Presence. Town. City. Dahan. Presence. Town. City. Explorer. Town. City. Alright. For fear. 15 damage, which is just going to be 5 cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five damage to Dahan. And then destroy presence from each spirit. And destroy beasts, which there are none. Okay, in order to repeat this, we need a minor, major, and a unique power to be forgotten. So we'll get rid of Grant Hatred. It's the best thing you can possibly do with that card. Let's get rid of Share Secrets and Teeming Rivers. All those will be forgotten. We get to do it again. Presence. Dahan. Town. City. Town. City. Dahan. Town. City. Town. City. Explorer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Presence. Presence. Kill some Dahan. Okay, getting rid of major, unique, and minor. You can't actually forget this to itself, I'm pretty sure. But, I mean, this card sucks. Get to do it again. Town. Town. Oh my golly. I don't want to topple over. Oh my gosh. Boom, boom. You die. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we get 15, so we get a city. Now we get 12. That's going to be 6 towns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a good amount of fear. That's a good amount of fear. That's a lot. All of that to not fully solve it, by the way, to not really solve anything. What are you going to do? That was a lot of fun. All of you can be forgotten. Blooming Rocks and Trees for Mountain Wetland. We can target all the way up here, range 1, range 2. So that'll add you. Here. Over here. Target spear can add destroyed presence back to one of my lands. And then they can gain a power card. So we forgot everything, so we're definitely going to go... I mean, we could go major and just forget this Consuming Void. Why not? I do like this Unleash. Ooh, we can Unleash, gaining 9 energy, doing tons of damage, and maybe we just end the game on the spot. Nice little bug out right there. Too many cards going in too many directions. That is something strongly to consider. Explorer, Town, City, and then getting rid of 2 buildings. So, Town, Explorer, City. 2 fear, getting rid of 2 buildings. I feel like when I see all of these resources, it really makes me feel like I'm being very ineffective as a mentor player, by the way. I am fully aware of how bad that looks. It's like, okay, you know, if you're playing a video game and you got, like, you know, these, like, potions in your inventory, and then you end the game and you still have all of your potions unspent because you never know when you're going to need them. That's how I feel with my tokens. You know, it's like, well, what if I need them next? I mean, golly, we're only 17 fear away from the end of the game. If you're not going to play it now, like, when the heck are you going to be playing these things? We can definitely Threshold Bloodrack and Threshold Unleash a Torrent both on this turn. Should be able to do some cool stuff. I think... yeah, because we can go here to do 5 damage, defend 5, and land number 8. That makes a lot of sense to me. Over here. And so let's say I do that, right? Let's say I go for Unleash Bloodrack. So I go Unleash Bloodrack, right? I need 4, 5, 6, 7 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 2 elements to pull this off, and spend this to gain those 2 elements. So yeah, we have the elements. I could just go for 9 energy and just do it. And the reason I want to do 9 energy, and then I can gain 8. So let's see, if I gain 9, 10, 15, pay 6, down to 9. Guess 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a whole fear card. This will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll leave me with only 4 fear left to win the game. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All right. We fear out here. We're going to use the elusive +9 energy button. Gaining energy, reclaim 1 here. Pay. Over here, we just need to go fast fear. I guess we could spur. Gift of living energy comes in. Why not? We will... guess let's have a little bit of fun and gain a major. Tiger's Hunting is a cool card. No, we could go here and do like nothing with it. We can go here. Kill a town. Yeah, we can do this. We can, gain an energy to play you. Gain an element for the turn, which will turn into an animal. So now we spend all of this in order to threshold my Bloodrack Plague. We spend this to threshold Unleash. This turns into 3 energy. So this will give me 2 fear, 2 disease, and then 6 damage. Over here, I can spend 10 energy. Oh, sorry, I need to also forget a card. So if I forget you, then I can spend 18 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Over here, I can spend 2 fear, adding a beast, killing you. And that's a fear victory. Whoa-pa! What a bizarre game that was. Big shout out to Consuming Void for being a 1-card combo. We just had to kick the can down the road until we finally got to play it. And shout out to all of this for making me feel like I could play better. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the game, and until next time, have a great day.